Let me begin with a brief review of the epic struggles and achievements of the CPC in the past 100 years. First, the CPC has led the Chinese people in heroic struggles that brought the nation back from the brink of life and death. We all know since the Opium War of 1840, China has suffered for decades at the hands of invading Western powers and corrupt feudal rulers. The country was torn by incessant wars and falling into pieces. The people lived like slaves and knew nothing but starvation. Generations of reformers and revolutionaries had tried to blaze a new trail and change the fate of the nation. They experimented with various theories, solutions, and systems, but all failed. Inspired by the Russian October Revolution of 1917, which brought Marxism and Leninism to China, the CPC was founded in 1921, giving China's revolution a pillar of strength and the Chinese nation a new leader. By bringing together the basic tenets of Marxism and the practical realities of China's revolution, the CPC made new breakthroughs in both theory and practice. In the ensuing 28 years, the CPC led the Chinese people in heroic struggles to defeat imperialist aggression of Japanese militarists, overthrow the reactionary rule of the Kuomintang, complete the new democratic revolution, and found the People's Republic of China. Since then, the Chinese nation entered a new historic era. Second, the CPC has led the Chinese people in an arduous exploration to build a socialist country from scratch. We all know after the founding of New China, the CPC united and led the Chinese people, all ethnic groups, to complete the socialist revolution and established a basic socialist system. This actually was the most extensive and profound social transformation in China's history. Under the strong leadership of the CPC, the Chinese people worked hard and independently established a relatively well-rounded industrial and economic system during this period. In this process, we have gathered experience on how to build socialism. We have put in place the political premise, institutional foundation, and material basis needed to build a better life for the people and realize national rejuvenation. Third, the CPC has displayed strategic foresight and led the Chinese people in advancing the prosperity of the nation. Since late 1970s, the CPC has been reviewing China's own experience of building socialism and studying the practice of other countries in their development. Based on all these efforts, a historic decision was made at the third plenary session of the 11th CPC Central Committee in 1978 to carry out reform and open it up in China. This pioneering decision was of enormous political courage. And it is also momentous because it set the stage for the trailblazing theories of socialism with Chinese characteristics, which in turn enabled the country to achieve greater economic aggregate, scientific and technological prowess, and comprehensive national strength, and better life for the Chinese people. During this period, China became one of the most open countries in the world, the world's second largest economy, and also the largest exporter. China was also an upper middle income country since then. In a word, the Chinese people took decisive steps towards greater prosperity and strength. Fourth, the CPC has remained true to its original aspiration and is leading the Chinese people to build an even stronger nation. Since its 18th National Congress, the CPC, with Comrade Xi Jinping at its core, has united and led the Chinese people of all ethnic groups to embark on a new journey. We are implementing the new development concept and promoting high-quality development. This has led to a number of new historic leaps. For example, China today is the world's largest industrial country, largest trader in goods, and biggest destination for FDI. It has the largest foreign exchange reserves, and it has contributed an average of 30% annually to global economic growth for many years in a row. At home, China has made decisive achievements in building a moderately prosperous society in all respects. Our per capita GNI has exceeded $10,000, and the people's life has been significantly improved. In poverty reduction, we have won a complete victory. In the past 40 years or so, we have lifted 770 million rural residents out of poverty. This is indeed a miracle in human history. In terms of social security, China today is running the largest scheme in the world, with basic health insurance covering over 1.3 billion people and the basic pension insurance covering close to 1 billion. An average life expectancy in the country has risen from 35 in 1949 to 77.3 today. With all these efforts, China is making big strides towards building an all-round modern socialist country.